Welcome back to another edition of Nourie's Niche. We're working on some real basic, fun, freestyle maneuvers, both for the old and the young and everyone in between. Thanks so much for joining us. Been doing this for a little while now, and I appreciate all the feedback. I'm getting a lot out of it. Hope you are as well. So keep the comments coming. I do appreciate it. And share it with friends if you think that they could gain any value from these videos. Really, the basic premise is I'm trying to give some real fundamental tricks that you can learn relatively quickly, relatively easy, and that will hopefully start to build your trick list quicker and not be super intimidating, because flatland can be intimidating at times. So today's trick, I was thinking about doing something, mixing it up a little bit. This is going to be a little bit more time to get this down, I would think. Maybe more like 4 or 5 sessions rather than just one session like some of the ones we just did, the lawnmower or the power mower. Those are pretty simple. They come pretty easy, at least the basic one. So today's trick is going to be a fire hydrant into an ant rider. Now some people would also call that a rolling tail whip. Rolling tail whip into ant rider. Basically, it's a little bit of a combination, and I still do this to this day. I like it. I do a couple different variations out of it, but I'm going to just start with that simple one, just being able to roll into it and hop and then come out. So I'll do it a couple times so you can get a sense of what's happening and do different angles so you can see it, and then I'll walk you through it and give you some tips on hopefully things that can help to make it a little easier to learn. All right, so rolling tail whip into ant rider. Oh, so that was a fakie. I didn't quite get it far enough up there, so I wasn't able to hop. So I was just like a saver or a fakie. Rolling tail whip into ant rider. There you go. And then hop, and then unwind, and then out. So that's the link or the combo. I'm going to try it from this direction just to see if that helps with the angle. So on the left side, rolling tailspin. Okay, so that time, that was another trick saver. I went too far, so I couldn't step through. If you notice, I did the fire hydrant, and I came around so fast that I went up, and there wasn't, if I would have stepped through, I would have just fall. So since I'm on camera, I had to do something. So I just stepped over and did a peg to peg. Maybe that will be next week's or next episode will be the rolling tailspin, rolling tail whip into peg to peg walk around. Okay, but let me do another rolling tail whip into ant rider from this direction over here. All right, kind of a lot going on, more so than some of these super basic, but still basic trick. Oh, did you feel that gust of gravity? Pulled me right off the bike. Okay, I do want to do it from this direction. I don't know why it's stopping me. Okay, here we go. There we go. Ant rider, hop, stop, unwind, right out. So that's it. Still pretty fundamental, pretty basic. We're mixing two tricks together. If you haven't learned the rolling tail whip, that's where we're going to start, obviously. I'm on the left side of the bike. I do think in this case, it's not essential, but put the left pedal forward so that when you come out of the ant rider, you can stomp right on the pedal. If you don't have it, let's say the pedals moved or you just didn't set it up, you can still come out of it. You're just going to unwind, maybe go to the frame first or something, and then to the pedal. So but you might as well make it, you know, helpful by setting that pedal. So left pedal forward, and then I'm riding along on the left side of the bike with my left foot on the front peg, and then I'm rolling and I kick it around and I swoop the bars like that. So that's the first part, is you're swooping the bars. So you kick off, you're rolling, then you lean it. I'm way too close to the camera, sorry. So you're rolling around like that, and then I lean it and I kind of like pump it with the bars. So one way you practice that, if it's not really happening for you, is just try to practice going like that, just with the brake on, just to whip it around. And then when you're rolling, you're gonna get that same motion where you're like this, like that, like that. That's the first part of the rolling tail whip. Then, once you get that down, the next thing is to, with your right foot, catch that back peg and then stomp on it and let it go to the back wheel. And you saw, you go up high enough, you can just step right through. But you have to hit that balance point. It's not going to be here. It's going to be like right there is the sweet spot. Again, what I've talked about before on the videos, where your balance point is directly over the whatever you're standing on, in this case the rear peg, right? So if it's too far, you're going to end up in upside down, which is another way to save it. But we're going for the ant rider, so we were right in that sweet spot to then step through. Okay, so let's do the two parts together. So we're going to do the first part, rolling, snap it, and then like that. Okay, so once you're there, once you've done that a few times and you're actually feeling that like that, just do that over and over and over. Like I said, this one, because there's kind of a lot going on, it's not like one simple trick and out. There's a couple things you have to build on. It'll take you some time, so give yourself a bit more time on this one. Now, once it comes around and you're able to get that up, the next thing is to step through and hop. What I recommend is make sure that you know how to hop in that position. We did the back hops like this, super basic, right? Now we want to be hopping. I think the easiest way is put your left foot on the other side of the bike on the rear peg, then step up and hop. And do that and just get comfortable. Depending on like your body position, I think I kind of pull the bars. I think I naturally pull the bars a little bit to the right, a little bit up. But either way, you're going to just kind of get comfortable in hopping before you actually link the two together. So now you've got the rolling, you've got the hopping, and then the last part is just riding out. So rolling, hopping, riding out. That was pretty quick because I was off balance. I only got a couple hops in there. But the ground's lava, as they say, so you try to do whatever you can to pull out of it without touching the ground. But let's just take that last part now. The third part is you're hopping like so. You stop and just unwind. And you see, there's the point where I didn't have my left pedal. I actually had my right pedal forward. So I wasn't really setting up the same way. But I just dropped down and I just went to the back peg, I think, and then jumped. Where you can go to the frame and then jump. So I think that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else. Just work on those three different sections and then try to combine them all together. And then you can do some variations. Like I lock my lever and then I take my hands off and I throw the bars. I do a Tennessee twist where I throw the bars behind me and come out the bike on the other side. Funny little story about that. I was riding at a reunion show in Germany. It was the first one we did for Haro in 2009. And it was with Ron Wilkerson, Brian Blyther, and Mike Dominguez, and myself. Huge crowd. It was just like the first time that I got back with the team in years, and had a great time. Amazing turnout. and a good show, and everyone was enjoying it. And at the end, I got to ride with some of the riders that were competing, and some of the pros and experts, and they were baffled by how was I hopping no-handed? Like, how was I doing that? They couldn't figure it out because most of those riders were not really running any brakes, let alone a lock lever. So they hadn't seen a lock lever before. So then once I showed them, oh yeah, I got this little button here, I lock the brake, and they're like, oh, got it. Now that makes sense. I mean, there are a lot of riders that do various combinations. A dub is one of them where he's rolling, doing crazy. I don't even know where to begin with that. Rolling ant riders in and out of variations and whatnot. And he probably even does it no-handed. But today we're just taking it from the basic first ant rider, which is just hopping. If you don't ever get the rolling tail whip into it, you could also, I've seen guys do it, I don't know if I can do it, where they just hop into it. So that's another way to do it. Let me just try it again. See, let's just say you just aren't getting that. Oh gosh, hold on. It's a pretty quick little switch. Okay, I think I can do it. Sometimes I like to do these variations where you can see me kind of work things out for myself. I don't know if I've ever done this, maybe years ago, but I'm just gonna try to learn it right here, right now. There we go. So that's another way. If you just get really discouraged and you're not getting the rolling part, just do a little indo, and then quickly, it's pretty fast, switch feet and hop right into the ant rider. Just thought of that, another variation that might come a little easier. So I think that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. I am getting a lot out of this. I get to ride every day, even for just a little bit. It's definitely been helpful for me. I hope you're enjoying it. Please keep the comments coming. I'll be doing more, and I think the next one I have planned is actually in 2 days with Scott Hagness, and we're going to do a collaborative, and he's going to do some basic trick, and maybe teach me, and we're going to do it over Zoom, so I can start having other riders in other parts of the country or even world working on this together. This movement of just sharing basic BMX for the curious rider that wants to try it out, that hopefully can get some creativity, originality, and confidence out of these videos. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.